Gullible minion, do-pa-dee-doo. I've got a germ tale just for you. Gullible minion, do-pa-dee-dee. If you are wise, you will listen to me.
What do you get when a germ starts to spread?
Filling up minions with lies in their heads.
Spreading defamation all over the site.
Dodging the rules while avoiding the light.
He's untouchable.
Or so he thinks.
Gullible minion, do-pa-dee-doo.
I've got a germ tale just for you.
Gullible minion, do-pa-dee-dee.
If you are wise, you will listen to me.
What do you get for a suit gone to trash?
A judge who says, drop that ridiculous hash.
8 people sued just to make a new clip.
While the germ lets a dismissal slip. With prejudice!
Don't come back! Gullible minion, do-pa-dee-doo.
The germ is just making a sucker of you.
You will live in legal bliss.
Like a lawsuit that just got dismissed.
Two leaves in a pod, it's always fun around Lisa's table.
What's up? What's up? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. How is everyone doing tonight? Can y'all hear me okay? I hope we have a better connection than yesterday, although yesterday's turned out to be really good. How is everyone doing? How are you guys? Did you guys enjoy Robbie's show? Sorry, a little late. I was just waiting for Robbie to end. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see numbers. What's up, Pers? How are you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys can hear me great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We have some people coming on. Robbie will be on a little bit later because he's gonna finish up what he's doing. Rich will be coming on here as well. I was gonna bring Michelle on tonight because I thought maybe people had questions. But I don't know. Should I bring Michelle on or not? I'll send her a link if she's still awake, if she wants to come on. I don't know. What do you think? One in the chat if you want to see her and hear from Michelle. But anyhow, we're going to talk about a couple of things. Any questions before I start? Did y'all see Ray's live today? I missed most of it. I kind of caught the end of it, but boy, was I getting emails and phone calls and wow. Crazy. Let's see. Lots of people getting upset last night or yesterday. And hey, Strictly, how are you? I actually went till 1:30. I didn't think I was going to even make it 20 minutes. Because the internet was acting all wacky. And apparently they all thought there was a different reason why I wasn't coming on. But again, debunked. I haven't had any Wi-Fi issues today, although I have seen some, scrolling when Ray was on, but I think that was more his issue than mine. But yeah. No, so yesterday I was having issues like staying connected and stuff, and so I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it through a live, and a lot of people had issues yesterday going live. I guess the minions did not, but I know Tori was even telling me that people were having issues yesterday too. So I said, all right, well, I'll change it to tomorrow night, and I'll just take off tonight, and then. I said, yeah, you know what? Let me try. You know what? I'll just do a test. I'll say hi, and it'll be a short thing, regardless. Knowing that I would come on tonight instead. So I made a post letting everybody know that I was canceling before I decided to test it out. I obviously took down the post because I ended up going live. But Yeah. So what's funny though is because of drama they created yesterday. Uh, the second I got a link to someone's live last night, they linked me right to the perfect point where, oh my god, I knew it. She's not going to go live today. She's not going to go live. She's claiming internet issues. I'm like, well, that's funny, you dumbass, because I just signed off of my live not even 10 minutes ago. And I had been on for 3 hours. So I was like, what? These people are just crazy, obsessively crazy. And then I get screenshots of Kim Ybarra. Yeah, where are they? Let me see. These people are just insane. Kim Ybarra must have been having a really bad day yesterday. Where is it? Here it is. Let me add it to the screen. Ridiculous. There we go. All right, so this here. Look at this. Can you read it? Oh. She went and checked my internet outage to see if there's any internet outages in the villages. Obviously, while I was live, maybe they fixed it, you dumbass. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know what was causing the problem. It could have been YouTube causing a problem because they were having problems all day. Who knows? But this is how obsessed these people are in regards to every little thing I freaking say. You know what I mean? No major widespread. Really, Kim? And yet, you're sitting there yesterday on an earlier channel. Hold on. Is this part of it? Here's another one. There's another. What's this? Okay, this is from yesterday. Let me see. Whining. Look at this. Well, I need your help. I'm in tears. Georgie just did a live all about me tonight. Please report it. Oh, is that inciting false reports? Was the live totally about you? I don't know. I honestly didn't watch it, but I thought it was kind of funny how Kim Boyd is literally whining about this. This woman goes and posts a whole bunch of shit about everybody, a lot about me, and she's whining. And you got her little friends, and this is that group I was telling you about, Hags for Humanity or whatever. She's posting it like everywhere. Girl, if you can't handle what you dish out, get off the block. I mean, hello? You're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Even one of their friends, wow, you check for internet outages? I mean, oh, look, she's live right now. Oh, I guess I debunked your ass. This is so stupid. This is like childish, stupid shit, but I can't believe someone this woman's age would even bother with any of this crap. It's fucking crazy. So let's see what this is going to drag me to here. All right. We got lots of stuff. Oh, yeah. By the way, yeah, this was last week. Hey, Gail. See this guy here? Just so you know, Gail, I've already talked to him about your leader. Don't worry about it. So we needed to go the other way here. All right, so all right, before we do this. So last night or yesterday, I had mentioned, I'm telling you, Pandora, it's crazy. So we talked about the drama that occurred yesterday. That was me and KB is no friend of mine. That was you? Okay. Different name, Kev. I didn't know that was your last name on there. Okay, no problem. Or that's the name you go under. All right. So it wasn't her friend. So good. Then you were being sarcastic. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I've actually messaged him. So, gotcha. Okay. So it's just absolutely crazy that she even did that. Now, I don't know whether there was a full-on internet outage in the village or not. I know I was having issues. And if I can't go online, then I can't go online. You know what I mean? So, but I ended up testing it, and look, here I am. That's how I was last night anyway. Georgie did a live. Was that Martha or her brother? No, not George, not Martha, George. Anyhow, So last night when I got offline, apparently, which we knew was going on, you had the mugs over there talking about a situation with Gabe, right? And I came on like this is, to me, it's old news because this was going on for already a month. I was just waiting to find out how long it was going to take for them to stalk him. And but she lied about him. She called him a drug addict. She called him a bunch of shit. My husband's not a drug addict, number one. But I'll get into a little bit of what they had to say. But the thing is that they again used my husband. This channel here is not my husband's channel. I believe everybody knows that. Hey Terry, how are you? So this is not my husband's channel. This is my channel. Okay. And so they're talking about my husband. They're talking about me. Right. And obviously this started off from Shizzy early in the morning yesterday. And so when my husband found out what was going on, my husband went, and this is what's funny. They're blaming me and they're trying to come after my channel and stuff like this now, saying it's false reports. Well, not exactly. You got reported for a privacy issue. These channels still don't get the fact that public records are public records. You using it for malicious intent is a whole different ballgame. So if you want to sit there and lie about people while you're reading a public record and defame them and use it maliciously, that's where you're going to get your shit removed. Because you're not using it for literal public concern. You're using it to mock and laugh and hate and defame and the whole 9 yards. Now, when Megan and Tug were doing it, they were trying to defame my husband, lying about him the whole and all that. And here's the thing: nobody knows the story. But the funny thing is, when I was online the next day after this occurrence, I'm calling it an occurrence, and I told you guys why I had not gone live, because I usually go live on Saturday nights. And I did not go live on Saturday night because right before going live, I had a phone call to come get my husband. And there was a reason why. That was the reason why. Now, it wasn't, that was the incident. The incident was the reason why. So what I could tell you, I'm just going to use the word involuntary. And that's it. So when it comes to my husband, watch the docket. They lied about my husband, saying that there is a warrant for his arrest. There is no warrant for his arrest. Okay? Shizzy said that there's been one for a week. It's a lie. Megan said there was one. It's a lie. As of this moment, it still is no warrant for his arrest. What I can tell you is my husband is taking care of it because he owns up to his shit and he's truthful about his shit. And a one-off thing, I don't know, twice in 3 years does not make somebody a drug addict, by the way. But the way they like to talk about things, okay. So there's, for those guys who weren't here last night, that's my explanation. I'm being a little lappy about it and cocky about it because this is old news to us, right? We've been waiting for this to go on, and here it is. You know, and that's just it. There's nothing really else to say about it. Gabe is Gabe. Gabe's always been Gabe, and I'm always been me. And you know, now what they are saying is that I'm using funds that are sent to me for legal fees to sue Megan, and I'm using it for my husband. They're saying that he used rugs like all along, and that's where this money went for the barn and all. I'm like, oh my God. You know what? I cannot wait for certain things to happen to literally prove that these people have been lying. Because right now I have all the receipts. It doesn't matter. There will come a day when you'll see everything. And when that day comes, it's most likely going to be in court. Because here's the thing. When it comes to defamation, they have to prove what they've been saying all along is true. And they cannot. I have the proof it's not. So they're basically going to lose when it comes to defamation. Listen, you don't need 3 full shows to talk about it like they do. No, I don't. But the reason why I'm talking about it right now is just a quick, because I'm going to talk about some other things that they said. So I'm you know, putting attention to it right now for a minute. And then it's over. But also last night when I did say any of this, there were people that weren't here thinking I wasn't live. So for those people, that's why I'm kind of repeating Anyway, you cannot see that live because I threw it behind members only, and you guys know why. But anyway, so let's see. Another thing that happened last night too was Shara. Oh my God, shit show. Wow, the brain in this person is absolutely full of dead cells. Total dead cells. She makes this big bonus thing or whatever. First off, the body cam footage she's showing is all from a guy who, okay, Scampy, a guy who is clearly on drugs. You can tell watching him, and the fact that she can't, I feel bad for her because God only knows how many people she deals with that may be like that. I question the way she talks and the way she actually acts like she's some type of reporter when she calls places and stuff. But last night she did a video, and in this I got sent the link to it, of course. This woman is literally defending a guilty man, clear as day guilty, and she's trying to claim he's innocent. And you know, this guy makes up stories on a constant basis. The guy literally, the meth has gone like way beyond, like he's messed up when he's not on meth. That's how much he's done for years. And the story he tells and comes up with is all out of pure jealousy that his girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, is over at my house and not with him. That's all this is about with that guy. That is all this is about. And the reason is because he's violent with her. And trust me, she's gone back to him several times, numerous times. And I can tell you at this point, she has not this time. And he is still obsessing, still going off, still saying shit while he's not allowed to even have contact with her. Okay? And he's still doing it. All right? So Shara goes and posts. Here, let me just read my little summary I have here. So Shara was discussing what she calls the Lewis case. In other words, it's my neighbor. Amazing how she's still talking about my neighbor and nobody really gives a shit. Okay? Truth be known. Nobody really cares about that little pansy ass. All right? She claims it's a public concern. Really? What public? Who's public? I don't see anybody commenting or saying anything about this guy. She's just doing it because it's my neighbor. Oh no, Debbie, I hope you feel better. They'll take care of you. I hope you feel better, hon. And I was watching the chat replay. Oh my God, that's the other detective and so on. Yes, I know. I went in there at some point. I just didn't know she went live the second time. I was gonna have Michelle on tonight, honestly. Yeah, prayers up for you, Debbie. Yeah, right, Ed. But anyway, so she thinks this is a public concern. She said she's concerned about the well-being of Mr. Lewis because neighbors across the street are terrorizing him, she exclaims. Can you hear his fear? That's not a fear. That's him shaking from being high, you dumbass. Oh, my God. Like, are you kidding me right now? Fear from us? This guy's the one that sits there and waves machete saying he's going to kill us. Not the other way around. That's why he's in jail. Well, was in jail this last time. Because he threatened to kill me, Gabe, and Ginny. Do I need to play the video of him threatening to blow up her house, her mother's house? You want me to play that? You guys want to hear him and how he talks and the threats? You guys want to hear it? Because I'll do it. That's actually part of some of the shorts that were shown ages ago. Since you're going back that far. You want me to actually play those? Because I'll play them. You know? No problem there. And you can hear how much of a psycho this guy is. All right? So she mentioned me moderating for Jeremy Hales and goes on to say that I saw money signs and fortune and fame, and that's why I started my channel. No. Absolutely not. How hard is it for someone, because they all know how to do this, to go and click on someone's little, YouTube logo and hit the about, and it'll tell you when I created my channel. How hard is it for her to do something like that since she's such a, investigative reporter of sorts? Technically, what does she call herself? A photojournalist. Okay, maybe she should stick to the photos. So anyway, she then, let's see. Why are you telling Sumter County Sheriff about me? That's a question from Shara. I didn't watch her thing. So Shara asked, why am I telling Sumter County Sheriff about her? Well, the whole thing about the Sumter County Sheriff is about Jeremy Hells and his minions and what they've been doing and harassing and things like that. You are going after my neighbor. You are getting involved in shit that's in my life. I'm not doing that to you. Shall I go contact your neighbors? And, or maybe even your so-called boyfriend, fiance, or whatever? Should I go attack your property in Jersey? Should I go, what should I do? I believe you cried to a police officer in your town, fake crying, total fake tears, saying that you were in fear of your life. Is that not right, Shart? Shart, the bullshit show. Yeah. It's hilarious. There's John. What's up, John? Now, here's the thing, though. What did I say about Shara? Because trust me, Shara is like the smallest thing on the list in anything that I may have met or may not have mentioned to the Sumter County Sheriff's Office. But let's see. So she shows a letter to the sheriff asking for answers. That wasn't really a letter to a sheriff, by the way. And I'm not really going to get into too much of that letter, but I will talk about something. I'm not going to show it, though. And why do you say I work for Mr. Hales? Are you jealous because you think Shara works for Mr. Hales? Her words. She shows a letter to the sheriff asking for answers. We're going to talk about that. And she brings up a letter dated 5/11/25 from Michelle to Beecham, chasing up donations. Okay. You mean when they all had Michelle like flip or something? Is that what you're talking about at that point in time? Okay. Well, I guess, nothing happened with that. Another one basically claiming the sheriffs are not doing their jobs properly. Perhaps her comments should be shown to the sheriff's department alongside Megan Fox's allegations. I agree with that. But let's talk for a second about, hold on, where is it? All right. So she inquired about the Lewis story. She definitely did that. She talked about a body cam footage. Okay, whatever with that. I don't know why she's even talking about that. And then she mentions me. But in her letters, she says, Lisa Lee Rapuzzi, which is funny, regarding her ongoing public threats against multiple innocent people by use of Sumter County Sheriff criminal cases against them. Then she also says that I'm heard numerous times ongoing, beginning from 2024 to present. First of all, you dumbass, the only time I ever brought the Sumter County Sheriff up is the second Jeremy came to my house, by my house, about a mile away, claiming he was in the Villages, and shit's going down today, and showing my picture. That is the first time I ever talked to the Sumter County Sheriff about Jeremy. Now, if you're talking about countersuing him since 2024 in a court, that's totally different. Of course I did. He sued me for $4 million. Okay? But you lying to the sheriff's office and saying that I've been claiming that I've been talking to my sheriff's department? No. I think everybody knows when and that it wasn't 2024 that I said I contacted my sheriff, that now I'm filing my own report. I believe everybody here can vouch for that. Or better yet, go watch my videos. So she's totally lying to the sheriff's office here. So she's obsessively pursuing, including federal court witnesses, journalists, she's talking about herself, other YouTube creators, and even the public, while claiming she's building criminal cases with Sumter County Sheriff to intimidate and silence those people speaking about this growing public concern. This is not a public concern. This is about YouTube people harassing, defaming, dehumanizing others, all for the sake of property, which is the people that she's hanging around with, she's following, and she's doing this all for him, not for her, because we know she's not really making a dime. But anyway, I mean, unless he's paying her under the table somewhere, I don't know. But he says she said she's doing this regularly along with her co-host Tori, Robbie, and Richard Luthman. Speaking of Richard, what's up, Rich?
Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So what is that? I'm thrown into the mix now, huh?
Yeah, you're mentioned in this letter that she wrote to the sheriff.
Ooh.
Yeah, saying that we're all doing this, and she's trying to make the sheriff.
You have the sheriff's address?
I do.
I want to send him a picture so he can put my picture up in the post office.
Let's see. Let me get my banner up. Sorry, I didn't have that up. There we go. So I'm reading this and I'm just like laughing. So she brought you guys on. So I guess we're all she's trying to tell the sheriff's department that I'm using the sheriff's department online. No, I'm telling the truth. There was an investigation, right? And everything that they do, like all the evidence I'm sending over, what's the harm in that? I'm allowed to say that. Absolutely. No, not tonight, hon. And then, so then she says that I'm also heard discussing the Lewis case regularly and multiple criminal cases that I'm working as a lead against him with Sumter County Sheriff, referring to him as the creeper, or her creeper video, Bad Neighbor content with Lewis as our star. Okay, guys, when was the last time you saw me put up a Bad Neighbor thing or the creeper? It was actually the creeper video. I know, right? I don't even drink beer. See? But when was the last time you actually heard me doing like a show on the guy across the street? Years, 2 years, whatever. I'm not the one who did any of that. Actually, Megan's the one who's been doing shit. Yeah, she sent it to the sheriff, right? And then she tries to brag about the fact that she sent this over to the sheriff, right, and got no response. Well, I don't know what deputy you sent this to, but response to what? You're making allegations here, but you didn't really ask a question. So what was the question? So I don't know what they were supposed to respond to. But she's trying to like make it look like, that I'm trying to do something wrong with the sheriff's office, which is quite amusing to me. I don't believe they're going to take her at any, word. I don't think she's credible to them at all, actually. If she's part of this whole Hales thing, she's definitely not going to appear credible. So, now Shara does not live in Sumter County. She doesn't live in Florida. She lives in Jersey, it's all known, by the way. So
wait, she sent this to the sheriff by you?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what a moron.
She's stalking my neighbor across the street.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because he's my neighbor. And she's trying to make it like it's public concern because he was arrested for domestic violence, and she's trying to say he's innocent. Meanwhile, there's total proof, witnesses, physical witnesses, visible witnesses that saw him do all this shit. The guy's a meth head, and he's been that way since we've known him.
So how does Robbie get into this, and how do I get into this?
Because you're on my panel, and she's saying that I do this online. That's what she's saying.
Well, you made the guy take meth because you have a show. What's going on?
I guess, and that's where we're. She's saying that I'm talking about the sheriff's department and that I'm leading an investigation with the sheriff's department. No, I have an investigation. Because my life has been threatened, and I've been harassed, and all kinds of shit. And
so wait. Does Shara have an OnlyFans?
I don't know. Does she?
I think she'd be better off having one because she's not doing too well as an investigative reporter. I think she'd be better off with an OnlyFans page. She might as well start with the OnlyFans because Her whole theory here is a little bit off.
Right.
Maybe she should just sit around in a bra on a camera. She'll probably make more money.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree. So yeah, so this was, her little stupid letter, I guess, that she thinks is, oh, much more proof. And then she turns around and she shows a letter that Michelle wrote to Beecham, questioning me and my husband, which is kind of funny how she brought my husband into it. But I'm like, okay, this is laughable, because I met with Sheriff Beecham and Under Sheriff Beecham, sorry, and if Shara's in the report, Lisa put in, then they already know what she's doing, right? Yeah, it's pretty obvious what she's trying to do. So, and these are sheriffs. They read through people's shit. They know bullshit when they see it. So, but anyhow, so she puts up this thing that Michelle sent to the sheriff's office, and questioning me or whatever. But I've been with Beecham, and all Beecham has seen is me sticking up for Michelle the whole time. He knows about the fence, he knows about the barn, he knows about the permits, he knows about all of it. So, and this was at a time where she was obviously pissed off and had the band teeter in her ear and all this other shit. So that's when this all happened. And Michelle's been on here since, and she was actually going to be on here tonight. I did ask John about this because I saw this, I got the screenshot of it, and that's exactly what he told me. So, those are the answers there. So that's the part as far as Shara's shit show. But so last night though, also back to Meg and Tug. So Megan Fox was talking about Gabe. She says she doesn't care about the drug situation. Why would she say that? She's mocking him, harassing him, calling him a drug addict, but then doesn't care about it. So she's using him as content. Okay. And why, people have drug issues. Well, okay, that's not what my husband is. Okay, simple. And in case I mentioned Nick, Rakeda says, she says he's tested negative on every drug test he's taken while on probation. She's also mentioned a close friend who has drug issues. Really? But yet you're going to turn around and mock people that you have no clue whether they do or not. And I'm telling you, not. So anyhow, let's see. So she went off on that. And my issue, I don't care what Rakeda is doing. My issue is the fact that his child was found with drugs in his system. So his or her, I don't even know if it's female. I believe it's female, but I don't know. But that is where my issue lies. Okay. So anyway, so she goes on to say that Two Lees has raised money under false pretenses, saying the channel raised money for the memorial bench. That hasn't happened. And they raised a minimum of $56,000 for a barn that never got built. She goes on to say,
Rakeda, I got a question about that. Did he take an AIDS test?
Did he take a what?
AIDS test.
I don't know, but I would assume he should have.
I would think he would have won an AIDS test, right?
Based on the stories that came out.
He's hanging around with Shara and Piglet. You get all sorts of disgusting diseases you hang around with those two, right?
I'm telling you, my
I
God.
would get an AIDS test. I would demand an AIDS test if I was around him. I would get an AIDS test. Nick Rakeda should get an AIDS test just for his own good,
Yeah, well, everybody should if you're gonna be around the people that he was hanging around with and doing the things he was doing.
Well, that's the whole.
I mean, that would be his personal business,
right? That was a very high risk lifestyle. Put it that way, right? Wasn't Rakeda the one that was involved in the high risk lifestyle?
Yeah, absolutely.
With the drug test doesn't do shit for you if you got AIDS, right?
That would be true. All right, so talked about the money from the memorial, but I don't understand why people don't get the fact that the family wants to put the whole thing on hold, and it's on hold. And people have said something about pictures. They just want to see a picture. Well, here's the thing. I can't send out pictures for something that's going to be unveiled to a family so you guys can go and spread it all over the internet and ruin it for the family. It's going to be an unveiling. And why people don't understand that, I don't get it. But due to the minions that they went and joined, that's why it's on hold, because of them and what they've done. So, don't bitch to me about it when you're going over there and hanging out with them now. I mean, it's what they have done. Not here. But anyway, so they raised the $56,000 for the barn that never got built. The barn is built, Megan, dummy. The barn is built. It's the inside, the framing that needs to be done that I was going to be doing. Not completing the barn. There's no way in hell that barn was going to get completed unless, there was more money put in. But from what I had, it was going to be the framing getting done and the insulation and drywall and however far that money would have lasted. However, they keep totaling this number to $56K. Okay? $56K was not what came into me. And that amount was not just for a barn. And they keep forgetting that. That amount includes fencing, includes Christmas, a lot of Christmas. Okay? And so that number, you don't even try to cut it in half, go less than half. Okay? So, and stuff was already bought for the barn. So this is ridiculous how they all seem to think they have these answers here, and they really don't know what they're talking about. None at all. All right, so the same regurgitated shit over and over from them. This is what she does say. She goes on to say that the money is being spent on my husband's drug habit. This is complete defamation. False information, misinformation, misleading, all around, you name it. That's exactly what it is. And to me, this woman, knowing that she's going to be sued, is a fool to continue to do this shit and say this shit. Because I'm telling you right now, it is going to be brought up in court. This is absolute defamation. And this is against my husband. So she's asking for more problems coming her way by doing this. All right. So they show Gabe's criminal record saying he only earns a low income, $1,000 a month. First of all, there's no way of her knowing how much money my husband makes. Okay. And she's pointing out payments recently made to the courts. Okay. And that's called restitution. Do you know? She should know what that is since she's reading some kind of court document, right? He's required to make payments to the court. That's what happens when he's on probation. That's the deal that he took. I think a wrong deal, but that's the deal that he took. So what is she bragging about there? Also, they're suggesting the channel is supporting Gabe's drug use. And look at the recent co-fees to see what's coming in. This, Megan says, probably means that she won't get sued because the money will be gone. Okay, so they didn't get to see my stream because it is already behind a paywall. So she's suggesting that the co-fee payments that I've got has been going to my husband's drug use. And I can't tell you anything but that is a total fucking lie. And I guess we'll see when she gets sued and how quickly it happens. So that's her foaming at the mouth. So after my husband being told about these videos, here's a post from Tug this morning. Woke up to some cocaine user filing a privacy complaint over a public record documenting a cocaine probation hit. After helping solicit massive amounts of money from the public, fun times. Weird how you want to hide that. What's funny is your actions mean other channels that won't normally cover this will cover it too. So he's threatening to get other channels to cover my husband's story, right? Meanwhile, they didn't even cover the damn.
Wait a second. What's the story?
I don't know.
One hell of a drug? I think that story's been covered already.
I know. Well, they're trying to say that my channel, the proof of my channel is going to be when Megan doesn't get sued, that the money went to his drug use. Let me tell you something. My husband makes money, and my husband can spend it on whatever he wants. And as a matter of fact, this is an incident that occurred where he didn't spend anything.
I think we should do an investigation into Piglet and to see if she spent the money from her channels on a gigolo. I think we should do that.
Oh.
How good would that be?
That would be interesting.
Yeah, gigolo.
Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't.
I bet you she has a gigolo. I think that's what I have a belief that she has a gigolo, and we should do a full investigation whether she spent the money that
Yeah,
she's
we
raised?
should investigate her husband, her children. You know, they're above
No,
age now.
I want to investigate a gigolo. I want to find a
Yeah.
picture of the gigolo.
Yeah, she wants to do all that shit, and they want to stalk my husband and his probation thing that they knew he was on. My
Well,
husband's
look, you
pretty
don't need.
honest.
Listen, Megan Fox, the piglet.
Yeah.
You don't need a hook to investigate her for anything because she's a public figure. She's been
Right.
around long enough. She does that. So if she's like hiring gigolos, we have a right to dig into it. So I think
Yeah,
that's
I
going to
guess
be the
that's
next
why
thing.
they
Let's
think they can
dig
dig into
into
mine.
the piglet.
Me and my 3,800 subscribers.
Let's dig into the piglet whether she hired a gigolo, or
Yeah, we
maybe
should do
maybe
that.
like what's it called where they have the where they sit
Let's
where
do
they stand there and watch. Well,
Ah.
maybe the husband and her do the cuck. Yeah, maybe they're cucking, the cuckolds. or
Jerry
whatever
says
it is.
you couldn't pay me enough.
Maybe her and her husband are cuckolds. That would be I don't know if her husband. I haven't mentioned his name, but I will mention Piglet because she's a public figure. We can talk about cuckolding. The Piglet cuckold. Is Piglet a cuckold, or did you hire a gigolo? I think that's what we should do.
I don't know, but I don't know how anybody could deal with someone like that. Honestly, you
Her?
know.
I was
Yeah.
probably drunk 24/7. I'd be drunk 24/7. God, to live with that, I'd have to be drunk 24/7. Holy shit!
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Just J Hip is on your channel. I guess did you show it live? You're showing it live too.
Yeah, I showed it live on my.
I see.
Hi, Jay.
I see brain
Jip. I haven't seen J Jip in a while.
All right. So what else?
The pair-headed father.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
pair-headed
Parrot
father.
father.
Of fruits.
Copycat. The copycat.
No, he's the pair-headed father of fruits. He's the fruit. He's a fruit. J Hip is a fruit. J Jip the fruit. I like it.
Let's see. So now he's gonna get other channels that don't normally cover this to cover it too. Also, people who gave money have contacted him saying they feel they were scammed. Well, that's funny because if they feel they were scammed, they should be contacting the person that they think scammed them. Number one, that's the first place they should have gone. All right. So the fact that he's bringing up people that never came to me is hilarious. But anyway, they want to crowdfund a lawyer, and I'm 100% down. Go ahead, go get one. And you want to threaten lawsuit while interfering with business and money? Oh, hold on a second. So I'm interfering with business and money. That wasn't me that copied that. First of all, I copyright struck Megan. Why? Because she interfered with my business and money. Don't you get it? That's her interfering with me. Okay. He got a privacy complaint from someone that he was talking shit about, lying and defaming, which was not me. Okay. Was not me. Exactly how, like they did to Leslie. Which they're in a lawsuit about. So, I mean, hey, let's see what happens with that, right? So Tug throwing these empty threats to me is quite humorous. Anyway, so he says fun times there too. And while saying the police won't investigate anything. Oh, but they are investigating. Every attempt to interfere with business and every public statement calling me things like a child groomer, those will wreck you. I don't think so. Because you can't take them out of context when I have the original videos of anything I've ever said. Okay, so I earned myself a fan for life. Oh, yay. Tug, keep hitting that freaking, that thumbs up there. Okay, so that was last night. And then him and Shizzy went on Shizzy's channel today talking about all this. Didn't listen to any of it. They didn't show anything either, so I didn't care. But I do have it downloaded. And then what else? Oh, apparently Max Labs was live today saying horrible things about me and Gabe, scamming and terrible lies that he's emailing Tug about. Okay, and that's it. And someone just messaged me saying Kimmy the mod is going on with her truth again. We've already heard all this bullshit from Kimmy the mod, but yeah, we'll get into that probably tomorrow. Yeah, Shizzy and Tug said all donations going to Gabe's cocaine use. Okay, well, okay. We'll see. I guess I don't know how we're gonna see, but yeah. So that's the drama that's been going on since yesterday. Rich, I actually have something that a lot of people keep talking. What? Okay. Okay, sorry. Right now, Kev? All right. So people have been talking about these signs, and apparently, since they haven't seen the full report with these signs. This is the handwriting expert that I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was hired to go through the signs that originally started these lawsuits. Okay, that Jeremy claims.
So wait.
Michelle,
These are the signs that Jeremy wrote himself, and he pretended that were written by other people. That's the ones we're
according
talking about?
to the expert, yes. And we put part of this report out, but we never put the whole thing out. And so I'm gonna open up this file here,
Ooh.
and we're gonna go through it, and then you guys can see some of what we've been saying. Here, let me.
Expert opinion. I like.
Yep, expert opinion. Now they've tried to attack this expert a long time ago, but it doesn't matter. This guy has been around for a very long time and done hundreds of cases where he was the expert. Let's see. Let me close this part because I had to redact some things on it. So let me zoom in a little bit. Can y'all see it? It should be good right there, right?
Handwriting expert. Kurt Baggett.
Yep.
Expert Document Examiner.com. That's a pretty good website. Expert Document Examiner. He pretty much is on point for the guy that you need to be, right? That's what he's doing.
Right.
Expert Document Examiner. That's what he does.
Yep.
It's like if Jeremy had a website, it would be called scumbag.com. You know, right? So this is Expert Document Examiner. So it does exactly what he is. Pretty good.
Yeah. All right, let's see. So forensic document examination requested by Bruce, okay, which was Michelle's lawyer at the time.
That means the report is kosher because Bruce did it. That's right.
Regarding Jeremy Howes and the handwriting on postage signs. Okay. Now, let's see. You guys can read some of the stuff as I scroll through it. Okay.
Table of contents. Okay. Curriculum vitae of Kurt Baggett. Exhibits. Detailed reports. Basis for opinion. List of similarities and enlarged exhibits. So are we going to see an enlarged picture of a mushroom or no? Probably not.
No mushrooms.
United States versus Janet L. Thornton to support accuracy. Lists of trials on the testimonies of the publications. Compensation. This is a pretty detailed report from what I can see from the table of contents.
Yeah, and there's another part of the report because we had him do a separate report with Michelle. And so there's two reports. All right. But what's really important is the stuff that you guys didn't see in like the Royal Flush video that we did where we did show this. Okay. So we're going to get to all of it.
Section 1.
Yeah.
Curriculum vitae of Kurt Baggett. That's like his resume, right? His resume.
Yeah.
Kurt Baggett. Wow, this guy looks huge. You want me to read it or you want to read it?
Go ahead. You can read it.
Kurt Baggett is a leading handwriting expert in the United States. He's also a skilled authority in document examination and as an expert witness, and he has completed over 6,000 cases. That's a lot of cases. Mr. Baggett has examined documents and or testified in court cases as a handwriting expert in all 50 states, Washington, D.C., the Bahamas, Brazil, Canada, Chile, England, Ireland, Mexico, Pakistan, Puerto Rico, Thailand, and New Zealand, Korea, China, Australia, and Denmark. The United States Department of Justice, the state of Arizona, the state of Arkansas, the state of California, Louisiana Public Defender Board, and the state of Texas have retained him. The DOJ, that's pretty big. Mr. Baggett has appeared as a handwriting expert on Wolf Blitzer, CNN, Charles Gibson, ABC, Inside Edition, CBS Network Radio, CBS, CNBC, CNN, Fox, Judge Alex, Texas Justice, Good Morning Texas, and was a consultant as a forensic document examiner for a #1 television show, CSI Crime Scene Investigation. So he was like a guy that they went to when they had to do this stuff to tell you how it really happens. That's pretty cool.
Right.
Mr. Baggett is the co-author of the Handwriting Certification Home Study Course and How to Spot a Forgery, and has been a guest on various other television and radio programs discussing handwriting and forensic document examination. Mr. Baggett once held the position as Dean of the School of Forensic Document Examination at Handwriting University. Now, that's a very important place. You know, it's almost like Jeremy Hales's alma mater called Hand Job University, but it's a little
Well,
bit
you know
different.
what's really funny? Jeremy claims he had a handwriting expert too that went over like 3 or 4 of the signs, but his handwriting.
No. His hand job expert was George, and she left. So,
No, but he
but
did claim that he has a handwriting expert, and she went over like 4 of the signs. And this woman is a part-time handwriting expert, also a dental assistant, which I thought was funny, or dental hygienist, one of those things, something in the dental field. Okay,
she does great
but
work with
she
her
went
mouth.
to the school. No, listen, she went to the school that he's talking about right here. So she learned
Okay.
handwriting from him and his son.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So, what do we got? In addition to lecturing and teaching document examination, Mr. Baggett has analyzed handwriting for over 40 years. He has been qualified as an expert witness in justice of the peace, municipal district, state, U.S. district, and federal bankruptcy courts, Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, High Court of Tynwald, British Isles, and provincial courts of Canada. His education, training, and document examination and psychology include U.S. Army, Military Police Officer School, BA, Master of Education, McNeese State University, Lake Charles, Louisiana, and postgraduate studies at the University of Houston in Houston, Texas. Kurt Baggett's library is extensive and includes literature on question document examination, forensic handwriting analysis, behavior profiling, and statement analysis. Laboratory equipment used for examination consists of a stereo star zoom American optical 7x-30x twin microscope, Micronta illuminated 30x microscope, stereo microscope S/ST series, universal digiscoping adapter, numerous magnifying devices, protractor and metric measuring devices, Pentax ME camera, Pentax macro 1.4 50 millimeter flat copy lens, overhead projector, light table, and transparencies. Kurt Baggett's education and training in handwriting and document examination include, go up, there we go, an in-person 2-year apprenticeship with Dr. Ray Walker as a handwriting expert and question document examiner. Dr. Walker's qualifications have been affirmed in the Court of Appeals, 5th District of Texas at Dallas, and had historical rulings in his favor. A leading authority in the field of handwriting analysis and document examination, Dr. Walker is the author of The Question Document Examiner and the Justice System. The American Bureau of Document Examiners certifies Mr. Baggett. He also has a certificate of completion from the American Institute of Applied Science. What's the next
Not
part?
bad, huh? Not bad.
He's like the real deal. Look
Yeah.
at these lectures. He's got a whole bunch of stuff that he's done. We don't have to go through the whole thing, but he's been,
No.
the guy's been around. Holy cow.
Yeah.
It's like you can't argue with a guy like this.
Right.
He's a member of
There's
all
all
this
the
stuff. Look at this. Yep. This guy's the real deal. He's got a thing. Okay, section 2. What's this? Exhibits of documents containing handwriting and signatures. All right, what do we got here? Question handwriting, Q1 through Q7. I guess these are the signs, right?
Yep.
What does this one say? Jeremy Hales needs to go.
Yeah.
No.
Don't blank in Levy County. Yeah.
Chomos in Levo County?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the signs that he's just showing the signs that
Jeremy Hales. Okay.
Yeah, with the line through it.
No Jeremy Hales. Let's see. Go home, Jeremy Hales, Ohio, bitch. What does that say? Okay.
It doesn't say bitch, but it says something else.
Oh, okay. No child blank in Levy County. Stop Jeremy Hales. Okay. Jeremy Hales, Ohio. So they're trying to say Jeremy's a chomo, huh?
Yeah. These were the signs that were put out on the several properties around Otter Creek that he claims Michelle wrote. Okay. Now these signs were put out on the morning of Mother's Day. It was a Sunday morning at they were found around 7:15 in the morning, and his friend Teresa and Brett Granger are the ones who found them, along with Zim, the mayor. And they brought him to the schoolhouse and gave him to Deanna, right? And within a day, Jeremy was in Florida, but somehow never brought these to the sheriff's office for whatever reason. Okay, but he showed these pictures are Jeremy's pictures showing the signs. Okay,
Yeah.
Jeremy took these pictures, and what's amazing is at first it was only like 4 or 5 of them or something. Actually, Marla would know the amount of them, but all of a sudden, like 11 to 13 appeared, like months later after this lawsuit. Okay, and so these are all the signs. Still more. So that was all of them.
Okay. Known handwriting and signatures, Jeremy Hills. This is important because when you do handwriting analysis, and I've done my fair share of handwriting analysis. I'm actually doing something with handwriting right now with a warrant in a case that I'm covering. But you need what are called specimen signatures. And you know what that
Yep.
means? It's not like you can you can make new signatures now. I say, oh, your handwriting is questioned, then I need your signature to be signed 25 times. No, that's not the way it works. You have to go out there and get old signatures of the person on legal documents. So you got to get stuff from like recorded deeds, stuff from financial instruments, stuff, even stuff on sometimes on checks. Sometimes they take those, sometimes they don't. But there has to be like an official legal document where you signed that predates the time in question, so that
Right.
there's an issue. So this is what we're going to be looking at. What do we got here? Let's see what we got. See, here we go. This is a signed document.
Yeah.
Right? This is
Yep.
something. Look at the storage. There's a signature right there. That's a known signature. Let's see another one. Jeremy Hales. That's another document. No, I'm going to show you. Stop. Go back up there. If you look at the document, how these guys do it, I'm going to tell you the secret sauce because this is how they do it. You look at the actual look at the signature, but look at it as like a picture, and look at the loops, and look at how the things are drawn on it. And that's how they start to tell. They start looking at all the different letters, and like look
The
at the S.
curving of
The
the
S
letters, the
yeah, the
lines, the
S is
height.
drawn in a certain way with a curve.
Yeah.
And there becomes a pattern, like when the pen leaves the paper, when the pen goes back on the paper, the pitch, if something's like a straight line, like the Jeremy on the top of the J is almost like a straight line, but the
Yeah.
L in the Hales is curved. So you'll see
Mhm.
that they start to just kind of catalog all the things that are happening with all the different, but they treat it like a picture. They don't treat it like other things, and so they can take all these different points and they can show what's happening. So that's kind of what the secret sauce is. That's why it's so important.
Yeah.
So keep going. Let's see what else we got.
All right. I just want to, because they first started with the red, then 4 more, then right after I said, okay. Let's
What
go
do we
down.
got?
This is Jeremy.
That's not even that great of a specimen. No, that's not a great specimen. Keep
But it's
going.
got the numbers. It's got other writing on it.
It does have numbers on there, but that's not. You like legal documents? They're the best specimens. Yeah, that's a decent specimen, but it's not the best though. It shows a variety of words and letters. So that's the good part about it. But you do want a like legal documents. Like they should have pulled deeds from Ohio and deeds from Florida. Those are the best things.
Well, he actually has a lot. He had a lot more of Jeremy's handwriting than what's actually.
Kurt Baggett's handwriting expert report: examination of question handwriting on poster signs and basis and reasons for expert opinion. Examination corrected. This forensic document examiner was asked to conduct an examination of multiple question handwriting on poster signs compared to the handwriting and signatures of Jeremy Hales to determine if they were authored by the same person or not. Documents examined were transmitted via internet and printed on an Epson Workforce Pro printer. Exhibits included 4 documents with the known handwriting and signatures of Jeremy Hales labeled JH, K1, K2, K3, K4, and 7 documents with question handwriting. Poster signs labeled as Q1 through 7. Observations, descriptions, limitations. The identification of any signature handwriting is based on the agreement without unexplainable difference of the handwriting characteristics displayed. These characteristics include the form of the letters, the beginning, connecting, and ending strokes, the proportions of the letters, both interletter and intraletter, the slope, size, curvature of the writing printing. The outstanding significant features of the writing are other factors used to analyze, compare, and evaluate. The elimination of an author is based on a lack of some or all of the above noted characterizations. The quality of document signatures and the handwriting was sufficient for examination. So he's saying that he's telling you how he's going to do it. He says what he has is enough for him to do what he's got to do. The
Right.
exemplars of question
Trust me,
samples
he
of the
had plenty
handwriting
more.
were compared to the known handwriting and signature of Jeremy Hales to determine if they were penned by the same author. So this guy's pretty solid. Here we go. Handwriting is not only handwriting but also brain writing. That's very true. You know, they do this in cases when you got people that are getting old and they think they
Yeah.
got dementia.
Yeah.
So if you want to think they have dementia, you can actually tell if someone's like losing it by if the handwriting is like off. That's one of the things that they do. Handwriting
Yep.
is formed by repeated habits of writing by the author, which are created by neuron pathways established in the brain. These neuron pathways control muscular nerve movement for writing, whether the writing is done by the hand, foot, or mouth. An examination of handwriting includes established patterns of writing habits to help identify the author. The question handwriting of the documents are enlarged and examined scientifically in a side-by-side comparison to the known samples under a microscope and on a light table. Measurements of letter height, lateral expansion, angles, slant, and line quality were examined under a microscope. Significant similarities, characteristics of the handwriting were displayed in the question handwriting when compared to the known handwriting and signatures of Jeremy Hales. The question handwriting, when compared to the known handwriting and signature of Jeremy Hales, displayed similar and regular line quality, flow, size, shape, slants, positions of letters, stops and starts, end and beginning strokes. A lot of different things that are lining up. No forensic lighting examination was conducted on the question documents since no original was provided and no ink or paper examination could be conducted. Indented writing is an impression created by the pressure of a writing instrument on a page or on top of the questioned item. These impressions may be deciphered using various techniques, which include side lighting and electrostatic processing. No EDSA machine was used in this examination since no original of the question document was provided. Some limitations are imposed on the examiners when originals are not available for an examination. However, the size, shape, form, beginning, ending, spacing, curves, angles, height, width, and presence of regular writing habits all can easily be detected from clear copies. Similarities are noted on the handwriting in the size, shape, line, quality, letter distortion, angles, slants, and pressure. Wow, they're lining up. Methodology. A meticulous examination of the question handwriting compared to the known handwriting and signature of Jeremy Hales was conducted using a side-by-side comparison with the unaided eye, handheld magnifying loops, microscope, photocopy enlargements, grids, a light table, and metric measuring devices. The scientific methodology used in this examination consists of the ACE methodology, which means analyze, compare, and evaluate. The FBI, U.S. Treasury Department, the U.S. Postal Services reportedly use this reliable methodology in their question document laboratories. So he's using the same methods as the FBI, the U.S. Treasury, and the U.S. Postal Service.
Yep.
ASTM recommends this methodology as the standard in the field. Methodology was accepted and affirmed by the District of Columbia Court of Appeals in Pettis versus the United States. So it's been accepted by the court. In addition, this examiner adds the peer review methodology, which requests a second independent examination by a qualified handwriting expert. Examination. The questioned handwriting on the poster signs were examined and noted to have significant similarities present between the size, height, width of letters, angles, and connecting strokes when compared to the known handwriting signatures of Jeremy Hales. My hypothesis was formed without bias as to authorship of the questioned documents. My examination revealed significant similarities not likely seen by an untrained or poorly skilled examiner. My conclusion was logical and based on the results of the above described reliable methodology, analysis, comparison, and evaluation. All tests were done with accepted scientific methodology, techniques, and scientific instruments, which I relied on to assist me in my decision to the questioned signatures. Here, this is the big one. My scientific examination revealed significant similarities in the question handwriting on the poster signs compared to the known handwriting and signatures of Jeremy Hales. In fact, the measurable distinction of each letter, pattern, angle, and slant, and the results of my test indicate the same person authored the handwriting. You know what that means? Means that the same person that wrote the signs is the same person that signed Jeremy Hales' name.
Yep.
Conclusion: the leading forefathers of document examination in the USA agree that one significant difference in the fundamental structure of a handwriting compared to another is enough to preclude common authorship. Hilton stated, it is a basic axiom of identification in document problems that a limited number of basic differences, even in the face of numerous strong similarities, are controlling and accurately established non-identity. Okay, Harrison says the same thing, Conway says the same thing, and Osborne says the same thing. The techniques promulgated by the scientific community in the forensic document examination field generally generate reliable results and are generally accepted. Based on a significant number of similarities of identifiable handwriting characteristics among the questioned handwriting, it is my professional expert opinion that the same person authored the questioned handwriting on the poster signs Q1 through Q7. Without a doubt, Jeremy Hales did indeed author the fake and forged handwriting of Lynette Preston on the poster signs. I have a duty to the court to present the truth and evidence to the best of my ability. I have applied the generally accepted question document examiner principles and methods reliable to the facts in this case. I'm willing to testify to the facts here and stated in a court of law, and I will provide to the court exhibits to show that my testimony is based on sufficient facts or data and that my opinion is correct. My affidavit and curriculum vitae are attached and incorporated herein by reference. Respectfully submitted, Kurt Baggett. So that's
There you go.
pretty solid. Now, the cool part about this stuff, let's see. Oh, here we go. This is the best part. So when this goes to trial, they're going to bring in this guy, right? Kurt Baggett.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a show. He's going to come in. He's going to have all the blown up pieces of the similarities, and he's going to and Jeremy's going to look so bad. He's going to look so guilty. So show this. This is what they're going to see in court when they go to court. This is the cool part. They're going to have this stuff here, okay? And he's going to show here's the similarities. List of 7 similarities in the question signs when compared to known handwritings. The J in Jeremy has a crossbar in Q1 through Q7, exactly like the JHKs. So the big Jeremy, you know how he has the big crossbar on the top? He wrote his name. He's too stupid. He wrote his name the same way. He wrote the J's the same.
Yeah.
So the J is the big giveaway.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like here. So J, that's a J and Jeremy, J and Jeremy.
I should put them up next to each other, but it's all in the PDF. So
keep going down. We're gonna go down. I'm gonna show the pictures. The J is where he screws up. Oh, the H in Ohio. He's got the J's and H's got him. See, H and Jeremy Hales, J, H in Ohio. Oh, keep going. This is great. You got some T's, you got some S's, but that's the thing. They look at the letters and they see, do the letters match up how they're made? Because people write. There's a lot of different ways to write a letter, right? Like you can do a J as in several different ways. But if that's your style of writing the J, this guy's going to catch it. He looks like he did. Here we go. This is what we got. Okay. Look at Jeremy Hales right there. Okay. Look at the J's and the H's. He shows them. Oh man, he shows all the things that he left on there. So keep going down. So you see the J, you see the H, you see that. Now keep going. Yep, it's the same thing. He's got all this. This is all the J, the J there, the H, the J's and the H's. Look at those J's and H's. These are all the 1 through 7, right? These are the signs.
Yeah.
Look at the J's and the H's. H to the H. He's got an H right there. J and H. Jeremy, look at the J. Look at the H. Keep going. It's the same J's and H's. You see how the pitch on the H is the same?
Yeah.
So the same person wrote all this stuff. J and H. Look at the J's and H's are the same again. Now go down. Now we're going to show Jeremy's stuff. Here we go. Jeremy Hales. Okay. Yep, look at the H's are the same, the J's are the same. Yep. Idiot. He can't even do a forgery the right way. What a moron. Look at that H. See the H right there? Go the C7 right there? The H? Oh man, that does it. That it shows you it's the same way that it's on the things. That's the pitch. He gave himself away in his handwriting. Wow, this is bad. He's gonna get up there and he's gonna kill him at trial. He's gonna get killed at trial. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Now they're
He's a
going to
good
try and discredit the
he's a good
handwriting
report.
expert, but
What are they gonna do? They can poo-poo him. They can bring in their own expert witness. But look at the H's. He
Yeah.
does the H's the same way.
all right. So that is part of. Let me switch to this one because that's half the report. But I'm not sure that you're gonna really need any of this. But this is the rest of it.
Some of this legal data. Yeah, you don't want to even read this. This is case law.
Yeah.
This is boring. We saw the money shot already. We saw the H's,
Yeah.
the H's and the J's.
Yeah.
You know, I think that Jerry thought he was slick because his J's are more dressed up when he signs his name, but the H's look the same, and so he
Yeah.
screwed up that way. He wasn't
Yeah,
conscious.
and I'll be honest with you. I saw when I was going through videos, right? There's a video of them doing a dollar sale at the schoolhouse, and during that time they had like they were selling hot dogs and stuff for people to eat, and it was Brett Granger and Teresa Granger, the two people who found the signs, standing in front of this chalkboard where they were selling hot dogs and helping people or whatever. And behind Teresa Granger was a on the chalkboard. It said "Employee of the Month" and then had her name, right?
Mhm.
And because she was standing there, it just made me think she wrote it, right? So I'm thinking, oh my God. So my first thought was it was Teresa Granger who helped him write these signs, right? So I'm matching the signs. And, this is just me though, right? I'm sitting there. We were on Tori's live, and we're back, and Marcia and I were back there. I'm like, oh my God. And I literally like this handwriting on this chalkboard looks exactly like the handwriting on the signs, right? So I go and I'm trying to look, I'm trying to grab all this stuff. I'm like, no, wait. And so I'm just immediately thinking Teresa Granger. But then it dawned on me, actually a couple months ago, hold on a second. Who's going to write Employee of the Month on that chalkboard? Is she going to write it herself, or is Jeremy going to do it? Right? So Jeremy could have easily wrote the words on the chalkboard. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, it was him, because I originally thought it was Teresa Granger. We gave this guy Brett's handwriting, George's handwriting, Teresa's, Jeremy's. We gave all of it, and he wanted to see Jeremy's. Because to him, out of everybody's handwriting, Jeremy's is the one that matched the most, right? So that's what we did, and he kept asking for more and more of Jeremy's. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot more that he has of Jeremy's handwriting. So I was like, okay, here you go. Here you go. I got this one. Here's this. So we sent him everything. And in his report, he just used the ones that made the most sense, I guess. But this is more of, going through this. So there's a lot of here about,
He's got a big report. So this is and that's the thing though. He's going to show when he have all those pictures with the the sign stuff, and then he's got the numbers. He'll go through and he'll sit there and he'll give a lesson to the jury about what we saw. But it's really a couple of letters that the jury sees. Like the H is going to be the letter in this one.
Yeah,
Once
I
they see
think so
the
too.
H, it's going to be all over.
Even like the lowercase h, that was one of the main things that got me was the number twos, the S's, and the H, and then the E, and that was like right on the chalkboard too. And
What's
I'm
going
like,
to happen is it's the way that the trial is going to go is that Jeremy's going to take the stand for his plaintiff side of the case, right?
right.
And he's going to swear up and down that he didn't write them, that he doesn't know who wrote them. He knows Michelle Preston wrote them, and she heard him and this, that. And then this expert's going to get up there and is going to say, basically, Jeremy did it, and here's why. And show them the H's and show them the T's and show them this. And they're going to look at Jeremy, and they're going to hate Jeremy, the jury. They're going to say, this guy lied to us. He
Right.
came up there and he lied to our faces like we're stupid people. He tried to get one over on us. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun when he
It
finally
is.
gets this.
It is.
Hello,
Robbie,
hello, everybody.
all right. While Robbie does his hellos, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the ladies' room, and then I got something else to show. It has more to do with this handwriting expert.
Nice.
Oh,
Go ahead, Robbie.
What's going on, Robbie?
hello, everybody. Hey, what's up, Richard? Marla, thank you for the peppers. Awesome. Hello. Oh man, long night tonight. We were unpacking rocks and showing rocks. Some of the coolest stuff in the world, Richard.
Really? How'd it look? It look good?
Oh God, beautiful stuff. It was just amazing.
Sorry.
And we had fun on our live, and then we jumped. We had to clean up and then come over here to the house, and now we're over here.
Excellent.
Jumped on there. Hi, Ray Bone Crusher. Hi, Doreen. Hello, Noel. Hello, Gigi. Hello, Cousin. Hello, Rin. Hello, Lucinda. Noel Breeze. What's up, sweetheart? Lucy.
Both. From Lucy. Both.
What? Farming and burning.
Are you farming and burning again?
Huh?
Are you farming and burning again?
I'm doing everything, buddy. Hey, Todd. Hey, Bonnie. Hey, Smoking D's. Hey, Crimson. Hey, West Virginia Grand. Hey, Pauletta. Hey, Granny Cassie. Hey, Cheese Gems. Hey, Tank Girl. Who's Tank Girl? John Cook. Hello.
That's the movie.
I know. Sorry, guys. We're eating too, so
Yep, late dinner.
we're just getting our dinner. Oh, so you got to see all this handwriting expert stuff, Richard?
Oh, it was really good, actually. It was a good
Yeah.
presentation. That expert's a good expert. So, and German looks very, very guilty now.
He's
He
the
really
best
does.
in the country.
Yeah, he looks very, very guilty because he only needs a couple letters, and he showed the J's are off, the H's are off, the T's are off, a bunch of them are off. So you'll be able
Right.
to show that they're his. So he's as they like to say, the kids like to say nowadays, he's cooked. Germ is cooked.
That's great.
So we'll
He's
see what
definitely. But there's more that Kurt actually worked on.
You didn't do that right. You just said, but wait, there's more.
With
Okay.
emphasis.
I'm getting messages right now, Robbie, that Kimmy is live and she's trashing me on her live, and the shit she's saying that I'm going to be livid. Thank you, by the way, for the messages. That's okay. Let her do it, because if it's that bad, she'll probably end up getting it removed. But we've already talked about the whole Kimmy the Mod story several times. And my question, is she nodding out yet or what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Kimmy can do nothing but try to knock me, because the truth really sucks. And there's plenty of witnesses when it comes to Kimmy the Mod as to how she was behaving and the things that she's done. So I don't care. I'll find out what she's doing later, and I'll discuss it tomorrow if necessary, whatever. We don't really care. She's a grifter. She's been doing it all the time. She doesn't care what she has to do to grift. Whether it's showing people her boobs or whatever, getting high, nodding, falling asleep while she's live with her children there. I mean, son there. I really don't care what the woman has to say. We've all seen it. She could try and deny it all she wants. She has, new fans though with the Hells team. So, but everybody here remembers, who Kimmy the Mod really is. And they've all talked about to her.
Who's Kimmy the Mod? That's like Kimmy Gibbler. Who's Kimmy the Mod?
Yeah, she wishes.
Gibbler.
Kimmy Gibbler. Remember her? What was she on? What was that? The Full House, right?
Full
Kimmy
House.
Gibbler.
Yeah.
She's Kimmy Gibbler. We'll call her Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah.
Don't
All
insult Kimmy Gibbler like that.
Yeah. No, see, the girl has a problem.
I wouldn't kick Kimmy Gibbler out of bed, right?
Yeah. She has a problem. We actually brought her here to give her son a vacation after COVID. She stayed at my house for 3 weeks, and we found out a whole hell of a lot about who she really is. The day she got here, like her brother's calling, screaming about her. She's getting sick in my bathroom for 3 days, because she is detoxing. She's on.
Was she on like meth? What was she on?
No, not meth. Methadone. Not.
Oh, so she's like on.
Yeah.
Man, like a heroin addict. Ooh,
Mhm. And then she caused a lot of problems with other mods and stuff in here, and we had her on my panel. We were trying to do something different, like rather than having mods in the chat, we had one mod and it was her, and she was on the panel with us. We helped her make some money by selling the stuff that she was selling. But then she came down here, and she's just a shit talker. She talked about everybody. She got involved in people's shit. And it came to a point where like, all right, we're done with this. And so we just nipped it in the bud. And she had some people. We helped her with build her channel up. And then when all was said and done, she was telling everybody she created mine and created all these stories and everything that we did, like it was all her doing, and it was just crazy the stuff that went on. It was petty, childish shit, but we had enough of it. We got rid of her, she keeps trying to come back every now and again. And now that she found people that hate me on the Jeremy Hale side, now she's run to Hales, and all those channels, and they're all believing in her. And it's like, wow, okay, so you want to talk about people using drugs and crackheads and things like that? Enjoy, have fun on that Kimmy the Mod ride.
God.
When you're sitting there telling me that you're nodding out driving your kid to school, and that someone's walking up to you because your car is in the middle of the street and they're knocking on the window to see if you're okay because you nodded out while driving
at a red light.
Yeah, at a red light. Or how she's coming off of a parkway, coming off of an exit that's a curve, a nice bend to get off, and she crashes into the grass there, and everybody else has to pay for a car. I mean, there's just so much crap. She cleaned out her closet and she found pipes falling out of her closet to the ground. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. And if it wasn't for the fact that I know her parents her mother takes care of her son, I would have been well into the whole there's something not right really there. And but no, her mother takes care of her son, so I didn't believe there was any issue there. And she claims she's on this medication because she's got something wrong with her legs and her hips and stuff, and that is not the case. Because if you went back and you look at her criminal history, it basically shows you. She's been in trouble with forging documents, theft, and I mean documents other than like checks. It wasn't like check forging or anything like that. But we didn't know any of that until we got rid of her, and then someone pulled up her criminal history. We never looked at her criminal history. So there was a bunch of stuff about Kimmy. And they can go look it up on her themselves. I'm not going to do that work for them. But anyway, this girl just was like an absolute nightmare, and we nipped her right in the bud. Once we started finding out, But this is after I spent about $8,000 on her, bringing her here. And
Bonnie, ask Z about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the booty shorts. Yeah, it was Z. Oh, crazy. This is a very large woman who dresses like she's a stripper, and
really? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Like she's got like the shorts up her butt crack, and she's got like, and I'm not going to sit here and make fun, but when you're literally in front of people like that, and how can you not say anything? You know what I mean? Like, how can you not even comment? Like even Gabe came out of the house one day and he saw what she was wearing to go to Robbie's farm, and he's like, you guys are getting all dressed up to go to the farm? And I'm like, me? Do I look like dressed up to you? No. But he really meant her, because she was like all like fancied out, like she was going to a club in like short shorts. And I'm sorry that the women like that don't wear short shorts. Okay,
Wow.
you just don't. And it was funny because Kimmy had to get into a trailer that didn't have like actual steps, like they had different kinds of steps. So it was like you had to be careful going up into this trailer. And Z was behind Kimmy, and she's walking up into it. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god! And he's literally looking at her like, please don't make me have to touch your butt to push you in, into the trailer.
Oh my
It was so
god.
funny.
That's funny.
Now, and I don't mean that's exactly how he meant it because I can't. I'm not in Z's head, but that's how it looked. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
that's
it
funny.
was, so there was some funny moments about it, but yeah, it's just she's just out of her mind. Yeah, out of her mind. But it was definitely a poor Z moment for sure. But anyway, we'll find out later what she says. It doesn't matter what she says. She's definitely. I can tell you right now, she's already lying. I've already heard her bullshit. So, all right, let's go back to this because this actually is important. This is true.
Well, I want to say something real quick, Lisa.
Okay.
Me and Volpe are doing a stream tomorrow morning at 9:00. It's gonna be talk coffee, donuts, and Germ is a douchebag at 9:00. And we're gonna actually be putting Germ on trial using Google AI. Volpe is becoming a big fan of Google AI, asking them questions.
Okay.
And so he makes Google AI the judge, and so he asks like, "Is this true? Is this false? Is this that?" So that's part of what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to do Google AI,
That's
right?
awesome.
And judge Jeremy Hales to see if he's really a grifter or not. I don't want to do any spoilers, but I think that Google's going to think he's a grifter.
That's before what time you do it? 9:00.
Hey, we're going to go start at 9:00. We're going to go for about an hour and a half. Volpe's got to go to the airport tomorrow, so he's getting the airport in the afternoon, and so we're going to do an early morning stream.
All right, on cool.
Good old Jeremy Hales. We're also going to talk. I'll show you this right now before we get into it. I'll show you the picture of this thing. I have a thing. Let me see if I can get it. Do I have it here? Yes, I do. Okay. Slide in PDF. I'm going to upload this for you. I'm going to try to present something. You have to let it through. Lisa, let me see. Germ, where is he? Hales, there he is. Germ.
Hey, Bone Crush, I see you. I'm ready for a drink. Yeah, right, Granny K.
I'm gonna get a drink in a second. After I show this, and you're gonna start talking, I'm gonna get a drink. But I want to share my screen to let everybody see this. This is the window I have here. Okay, share this. Okay, let's do this one first. All right. Can you see it, Lisa?
Yeah.
All right. This is remember I put in the thing with Jeremy Hales. Jeremy Hales tried to trademark his own name.
Oh yeah.
And I put a 30-day extension in. Well, I put another 60 days in.
Oh
so
shit.
Now he published it on 6/30 or 6/23. This is today. I did this earlier today. And so the 60-day request extension time to oppose for good cause. So I got this in, and then this is my request. Look what I got back. I got back the order from the United States Patent and Trademark Office, Trademark Trial and Appeal Board in Alexandria, Virginia. And this is the serial number for his thing. The request to extend time to oppose is granted until 10/21/2026 on behalf of potential opposer, Mr. Richard A. Luthman Jr. So I got my order signed. So this is my order from the Trademark and Trial Appeal Board. So I have until 10/21 to file my notice of objections, right, or notice of opposition to Jeremy Hales trying to trademark his own name.
Wow.
And you know that I have to. If I didn't put that in, he would have gotten his trademark, and he'd be able to trademark his name. He'd probably get it. It takes about 6 weeks to get it, 7 weeks.
Right.
And he'd be threatened to sue people now because they say his name. Oh, you said my name on your live stream and it's trademarked. I'm going to sue you. He would be doing that stupid shit. But I'm going to make sure we get it in there. We don't have to. He's not going to do that. He's such an idiot. So that's what we have here. I just wanted to let everybody know that's one of the things we're going to talk about. But the big thing is we'll be talking about AI, Google AI, and we're going to feed them documents, and we're going to feed them things that Jeremy's done. We're going to ask them what kind of person Jeremy Hales is after
You're going to be surprised because we've done some psychoanalysis stuff, even though it's not, from a doctor or anything, but we've used AI to pull this psychoanalysis on him. And wow, let me tell you, it's quite interesting.
I wish, who I wish was his doctor?
Oh.
Dr. Fauci.
Uh,
I really do.
All right.
Him and Doreen and Randy and Dr. Rock. I wish they all went to Fauci. I really did.
That's funny. All right. So now
I'm gonna pour myself. I'm gonna pour myself a drink. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, draw me a picture of Piglet while I'm gone.
I don't understand. How can you trademark your name?
Well, I don't think he's going to be able to because he's not the only Jeremy Hales out there. So, I really don't see him being able to do that. But, we'll see. But obviously it's on hold. Because Rich opposed it. Let me see something. I need to. Let's see. There we go. All right. Somehow I lost my email over here. I just got it back. We're giddy. Okay. So now what I want to show you guys is another report from the same handwriting expert. And this is it's Kurt Baggett. And we actually had him do this first. Okay. If I'm correct. Hold on. Let me see. Yes, this was done first. Okay. And this was in regards to whether Michelle wrote the signs. Okay. That was the first thing we had him do. Okay. So the first report here is, that's the reason why I wanted to show this second. Because this is quite interesting. All right. So we had him look at Michelle's handwriting, right? But what people don't realize, that it's not that we had him look at, just her own handwriting from different, things she's written here or there, everywhere, or whatever, right? We actually did something better. Okay. I told Michelle to grab a piece of white paper. And I said, all right, I was on the phone with her and I said, I need you to write down some things. And then once you're done writing them down, I want you to take a picture of it and send it to me. Right? You're going to see what she wrote down. Okay. And basically what I did was each sign that existed that Jeremy says she wrote, I had her write the same exact things down. Okay. And trust me, she didn't remember what was on there when I told her. It was just like, Jesus, she couldn't believe it. But what's funny is when you see what she wrote and how she wrote it, you can see that she didn't even know how the signs were spelled because just the position that the letters were in or the lines that it was on, like you could see. And then you could also see by her handwriting, it wasn't her. So we had her own handwriting from different things she's written. And then also we made her write the signs. Okay. And then he examined all of it. Okay. And that's what I thought was pretty amazing is that he was able to literally see how these signs, the original signs are written, and then her actually writing what's on them. So it was pretty interesting. And this is the report from that. So it says here the subject's Lynette Preston, dated September 24th, 2024. He's examined 11 documents with the known handwriting of Lynette Preston. For the purpose of this examination, I've labeled these exhibits LP through K1 through LP through K11. Okay. Today, I've compared the handwriting of Lynette Preston on the LPK documents to the handwriting on the question documents identified herein as Q1 through Q7, which you've already seen in the other report. Okay. To determine if the author of the Lynette Preston handwriting on the LPK documents was the same person who authored the handwriting on the question documents Q1 through Q7. A series of signs allegedly found on the street by Stephen Brett Granger and Therese Granger and subsequently advertised to the public by Jeremy Hales. Okay. An examination of handwriting includes establishing patterns of writing exhibits. Now we can go through all this again. Okay, it's pretty much there's a lot of the same stuff. He's explaining what he used and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through a lot of this. Okay, so it is based upon the analysis of these items and from the application of accepted forensic document examination tools, principles, and techniques. It is my professional expert opinion that a different person authored the handwriting on the questioned documents. Lynette Preston was not the author of the handwriting on the questioned documents Q1 through Q7, which is the 7 signs that Jeremy tried to claim she wrote. I am willing to testify to this fact in a court of law, and I will provide exhibits to the court showing that I had sufficient data and that my opinion is correct. My curriculum vitae is detached and incorporated herein by reference. And then he signed it. Okay, notarized it. All right. So this is the mythology. We can go over all it again.
You got to go to the big parts, the pictures. You got to go to and show the pictures.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to.
That's the part that's what gets the jury every time when they show the pictures.
So here's the signs. Okay, and I crossed out some of the stuff that's on there. Okay. Now, but what you need to pay attention to is like, look at the signs, look how they're written, you know, the lines that they're on each line. And then like, look how this, you know, Jeremy.
Check out that H. Look at that H.
Yeah. Yeah. Just look at the signs, just pay attention to them.
Look at that H. The H gives them away. Yeah. Ohio. The H in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah.
The home. Oh man, yeah. They give them away. They give them away. Child.
So he's showing Q. You know, Q1 through 7 again.
So done. Look at the H and Hales. Oh, the H got him. You don't do that many. Like 1 or 2 could look the same, but every one is the same one. Come on.
Yeah.
Hales.
So you see all that, right? So that was Q7. Now, watch this. This is Michelle's handwriting. Okay. Now, her H's, the G's, like all that shit is all totally not right. Like if you look at these signs and how it was written on the card, you know, that Jeremy had, this is not, we made her write these signs, right? But she didn't know. Okay. So I would tell her, write this line says this line says that, write it down. This is how I said, now what I want you to do is I want you to write his name, put a circle around his name and draw a line through it. Right. So this, I mean, look at this one, right? It's like, okay, but let's go back to the one that was actually the real sign.
This one. Wow. That right. Whoosh.
Hold on. That's, see how it's crossed? Now, obviously it's turned, you know, to a 90-degree angle, but it's crossed out from the top to the bottom, right? When I told her what to do, she went from left to right. You know what I mean? Like, she had no idea what I was going to say when I said it, you know, even though she may have seen the signs, she didn't, you know, see all of them in its entirety, nor did she expect me to ask her to grab a pen and a piece of white paper and do this, right? So these are her writing the signs down, okay?
You see it?
Yeah.
I told her to write these signs down line by line, and they do not match the signs. And I told her to, like, I write them in big capital letters, some of them how they were written. So these are everything that she, and then here is some of her regular handwriting, you know, just from a notebook. This was like a Harley's food list. This was a letter. I crossed this all out because it's nobody's business what's in this letter, but he saw it himself. That's their cursive writing. And there's another one, like a note or something to John. I crossed that all out. But these are the examples that he had. Okay. So that's what he based his handwriting, you know, expertise on. Okay. He did try to make my E's look like my E's when he forged his handwriting. He did try to make the E's look convincing in a couple of letters. Now you have to remember something. Jeremy had lots of documents that he received from the court, the town council, right? So he had a lot of her handwriting on his own. So he was able to try and make it look like it was her. you know. And there is one part of a document where he says that it was forged to look like her. Hold on, let's go back up here. But you can clearly see this is not her handwriting, you know. Definitely not her handwriting. So again, you know, this was the first thing we did. Okay, we had him examine her. Okay, this was dated in September. The next one is October. The one that we first showed you was October, okay, of 2024. This was in September. Okay, and he said, based upon through analysis of these items, okay, a different person authored the handwriting on the question documents. Lynette Preston was not the author of the handwriting of the question documents. Wow. Period. Okay, so we decided, we had a very good idea that it was one of the 5 people. You know, whether it was Jeremy, Therese, Brett. I knew it wasn't Brett. His handwriting wasn't anything close to it. But the second sign, like, was so messy, and George doesn't have great handwriting. So it could have been George or it could have been Brett. We don't know. But it was made to look like it was something else. So it could have been any one of them. So we gave him all their handwriting. I went through the documents, deeds, and applications and stuff from the RV park. That's public records for, the RV park that Brett and Therese owned. Okay, so I had a lot of their hand signatures, their cursive signatures, their printed signatures, all of that. I also had George's signatures on, you know, her mortgage paperwork and deeds on her house. So there was a lot that he went through, and we handed all that over to him, and he just kept coming back going, give me more of Jeremy, give me more of Jeremy. And you saw what the results were. So from a handwriting expert that went through, told you all about what he used to do, all his work, how he did it, his resume, everything. This guy has stated, very reputable. Okay, they've tried to discredit him though, but yeah, okay. You can't beat out this guy, okay? And his handwriting expert that Jeremy pulled off, like I said, learned handwriting from the school that he taught at, that he was the dean of, that his son actually owns. So, you know, believe what you want to believe, but this is what it says. And I just showed you the handwriting from both Michelle and Jerm, okay, and these signs. And clearly Michelle did not write them. Clearly. It's obvious to the eye. So, but this is the report. And so nobody saw it in its entirety, but this is pretty much it. So, you know, what better way for him to test, you know, and look into Michelle actually writing it than to look into her literally writing it a year or two later for this analysis, you know? So, you know, there you go, guys. Handwriting expert says it was Jerm. Jerm, just like he didn't call the school, but it was Jerm. His number called the school. So, yeah. Yeah. He created this entire story, this entire Bad Neighbors saga. He created every bit of it for content to profit on, and he's made millions of dollars doing it. Millions of dollars doing it while he is literally in Michelle's bankruptcy court trying to take her property because she owes him money, he claims. Can you believe that crap? So, what is Karen Yamada saying? I don't know what she's saying. She's saying something about 3 strokes. I don't know what she's saying. But anyhow, so that is the report right there. Yay. So let me just close this out. All right, and I'm sorry I had to redact some of that, but it was necessary. So what do y'all think?
I think Jerm is cooked.
I think so too. It's so weird because in StreamYard I'm seeing your chat and then I see mine on YouTube. I'm like, wait, I don't.
This all started over the signs as well, too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sure did.
Wow.
He had an issue with her because she disagreed with him about the fire hydrants, right? And he had an issue, honestly, I think, because he wanted Therese Granger to get into. This is my opinion. He wanted Therese Granger to become mayor because then he had access to everything, and he wasn't going to be able to do whatever he wanted to do with Michelle being there. But Michelle didn't want to be mayor; she wanted to be town clerk. And Michelle had already a lot of votes. Like, I think Therese beat Michelle by like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 votes. But Michelle's votes were legit votes. Therese had to go in and offer like the people that were staying at the RV park free rent for a month if they went and voted for her. And some of them don't even they don't live there, so they weren't even supposed to be voting. And that's at that time. So I think that had a lot to do with it, and the fact that town council, she had an issue with the fire hydrants. So, if that came from Jeremy's mouth, he said it's about the signs. Now what? And it's funny because when you go to the Ohio court, he also did not bring or show, we'll say, the signs that were involved in it. Yeah, Michelle had read.
There could literally be a criminal referral when this gets to trial. Jerem could be referred to be prosecuted at trial.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolute perjury. With his, first of all, his entire affidavit for the PO that was against him for so long, complete perjury. You got that paragraph 19 in Fed 1, perjury. He's lied about so much, and if they accept this, I mean, how can they not? He's lied about so much. They're going to see exactly what he's done. This has all been for content. This is what he created. This is how he did it. Why didn't those signs? He's called the cops on every little thing he could possibly think of. Okay, not the entire thing, Austin Tina. Get over yourself, you lying sack of poop. Anyway, so if he's going to sit there and call the cops on everything that has gone on, the contempt, all this crap that he tried to create, which we've caught him lying on dash cam footage with the cops, why didn't he call the cops in regards to these signs? Why didn't he bring these signs? Because he arrived back in Florida the next day. Deanna told him about it, and he was in Florida the next day. Why didn't he bring these signs to the sheriff? Because I sat with the undersheriff, and he told me he knew nothing about the signs. Nothing. So, I mean, why is that? How can you not know anything about these signs that sparked all of this? Yep. Making them look like, pieces of crap because they were saying these things about him being a certain type of person and, making such allegations and stuff like that. I mean, I get being mad that somebody did that if somebody did it. But according to what this, handwriting expert says, who's well known, he wrote them himself. And I'm going to also throw in there that George was not present in Florida at the time when these signs came about. So it wasn't George. I mean, unless before she left Florida, they planned this out and she wrote them. She was not in Florida when these signs were left out. But I can say that he was there the day before they were found and flew in the day after they were found. Just saying. So, I mean, He's
got motive, means, and opportunity. He's got it all.
Yep. They want to discredit this handwriting expert. But here's the thing. It's like, why would this handwriting expert put his reputation on the line with all the stuff we showed you about all his experience and stuff? Why would he put himself on the line for puny little old Jeremy Hales, which is a Mr. Nobody in bumfuck Ohio, or Florida? You know what I mean? And why would he literally do that? He wouldn't do that. There's no way in hell he would do that. This guy is a credited handwriting expert. with years upon years of experience, you know? So, anyhow, take it as you want, but that's the full report. And, you know, the chat's pretty hilarious. Anyway, take it as you want and, you know, do with it what you want. Spin it, do whatever you got to do. But when it comes to a court of law, they're going to see it as exactly what it is. Period. So yeah.
So
Oh, by the way, he's got cameras everywhere.
Lisa, I want to let everyone know I made a very tasty drink.
You did? What'd you make?
So I made myself. This is actually a cider drink, right? It's cider. It's apple cider. You know, it's a alcoholic cider that I bought. And then I poured a little bit of my Wayne Gretzky whiskey into it. I have Wayne Gretzky. See, this is Old 99. I double oak Wayne Gretzky. And
nice.
Then I also put in some bitters, which is very good. You throw a little in for some flavor.
Yeah, bitters.
And the top stuff is this. These are what are called moonshine cherries. I got a whole jar of moonshine cherries. So it's cherries sitting in moonshine. So I throw a whole bunch of cherries in there too. So this is a tasty, tasty drink. It's got cherries on the bottom and it tastes really, really good. It's cider. So I'm having myself a little cocktail. It's like a dessert cocktail. It's that good. Really, really good.
The signs were found May 14th. Yep. Michelle is innocent. Absolutely.
Well, it looks like Jeremy is guilty is what we're seeing here, right?
Yeah.
So he brought the signs up in all the court things?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
In
Ohio, mainly, it was one of the big focuses that his case in Ohio is about when it first started. And just like when he got on the stand at the last hearing, he forgets his folder to discuss the case. That he's been waiting for this hearing for months and months and months. He forgets the folder, so we can't answer certain questions. He miraculously doesn't show the court any of these signs that were apparently right next to him. Nothing. Didn't even show them, bring them up. Nothing.
Well, then he knew it would be on top of the forgery. He'd be suborning perjury. On top of that, he's had more crimes than what he's done.
Yeah. I don't know what this. Sorry, I just got an email. I don't know what that is. Anyway, that Smokey made me walk into walls. Just saying, Kim.
The Smoky, I got this. Is Smoky. This is good stuff right here. I'll show it to you. This is old Smoky. You get this in Tennessee. I got this in Penishing Fort. I got a whole bunch of jars. I got I left with a lot of jars of old Smoky. I actually the three that I like the best are there was one with it was pickles. So it was moonshine pickles.
Right.
Those are really good. Then there's the moonshine cherries, which are really good. And then I got the classic apple pie moonshine. It was America 250 apple pie moonshine. I got a whole bunch of that too. I still got some of that. So
yeah, claimed he forgot to show the signs. Right? What was I thinking? I'm telling you, this is just such bullshit that he actually has gotten away with a lot of the stuff. Just reading the chat. Rich, you got a lot of troublemakers in your chat.
Listen, I don't have any moderators. I don't need moderators. I am what you call the Wild West, baby. That's how I don't care. Really, I don't care. You know?
It's classic.
Let them have fun. Let them kill each other. What do I care? Come on.
Michelle said, well, I'm definitely said I was fighting back, and I am. I'm tired of sitting back letting everyone walk over me. It's time that I fight back for myself, and I think I thank everyone who is helping me. We were going to bring Michelle on here, but that subpoena thing, I'm like, oh, they're going to try and pull something like that again if I put her on. But you know what? I don't think I care because the subpoena doesn't mean shit. So, Michelle, Saturday, if you want to come on, you're welcome to come on. And you can talk about all this and how you have been a victim to Jeremy Hales for almost 4 years. So we'll do that on Saturday. Tori should be here. Yeah. So it should be interesting. But yeah. So tomorrow morning, Richard, 9:00 Eastern.
9:00. We're doing coffee, donuts, and Jerem is a douchebag. We're going to run the entire issue of Jeremy Hales, and Volpe's going to do most of it. He loves this Google AI. He talks to Google AI. It's like his best
Right.
friend now. You know, I don't get.
Right.
He used to call me every 5 minutes for questions, and now he just goes on to Google AI. I feel a little left out. You know, he really calls me every hour for questions. But what happens
Yes,
is,
it's live, John Cook. Go ahead.
so he's going to go through that, and we did it already with the Rucky case, which is a family court case that he covered, a very famous one in Minnesota. He wrote a book on it, but
Right.
and he showed how the AI, he actually trained the AI to like learn the truth. Well, we're going to ask the AI to learn the truth about the germ
Right.
and the Hales verse. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow morning for about an hour and a half, and then Mike can get on a plane. So it's going to be fun.
Wow. Very cool. Very cool. So you've been on vacation a lot, huh, Rich?
Well, I've been doing a bunch of different stuff. I was up in Pigeon Forge, right up in Tennessee for 10 days, and then I turned around. I came back. I was here for like a week, and then I turned back around and I was up in Miami for a long weekend. I just got back from Miami on Monday, so I stayed in Miami. I love Miami. I stayed at the Biltmore in Miami. That place is like one of my favorite places. And
it looks very refreshing. It looked very refreshing where you were with the background.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful hotel. The pool is awesome. I just hung out at the pool.
It's cool.
What's up?
I love the Biltmore.
Biltmore's great. I hung out at the pool the whole time. And then there's a pool down the block called the Venetian Pool, which is even more famous.
Yeah, the Venetian pools.
Yeah, I went to the Venetian Pool, and hung out there. That was really, really nice. It's built out of an old rock quarry, and they have a grotto, and they have a big waterfall. And it was really a cool time. And then the food there is phenomenal. We went to Versailles. We went up to a bunch of different places over there. Just the Cuban food you can't go wrong. Amago de la Fritas. We went to a bunch of.
We just ate Cuban food.
Cuban food is the best. Cuban food is really, really good. When I was there, when I was at Versailles, I had the churrasco, the flank steak. When I tell you can't go wrong with a flank steak, it was like $33 for the flank steak, and it was like, oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah.
It was the place is like I think we left the place. I paid $120. It was like three of us, $120, and we had like the best meal. It was like
Scooter and I just killed 2 big bowls of pico gallo.
Nice.
Oh man, I'm so stuffed.
Yeah, Cuban food.
I received a package today that I want to. Well, I received 2 packages today. One which is awesome. When I show my crystals, I got real new lighting system. That's freaking amazing. And I want to thank that person knows who they are. But I got a surprise today in the mail. I don't know if you want me to mention your name, but honey, I thank you so much. It was such a shock today, and it's so cool. I had a book on my Amazon wish list. It was Ozzy Osbourne's book, Last Rites. And so that came today. I was pretty excited about that. And then a nice surprise here, which is, dang, I wish I could show it. I should have taken a picture of it. I'll show it when I show crystals next time.
I think good.
It is a Miniverse real music record player, and it's kind of like it's a small thing. It's so cool. It's a mini turntable with speakers. And I didn't open it because I don't know if I'm going to use it or I'm going to just like savor it as like a collector's item or something. It's got like this, what looks like a table thing that you would hold your records in and stuff, or your CDs in. It's pretty cool. But it's a whole miniverse. It plays real music and everything. And it came with one of those balls that you open that you get surprise gifts in, like little things. And it's real music vinyl. So there's albums in this ball that I have to open that can play on this little mini stereo. I got to show you guys the next time. I'll have my camera on tomorrow, I believe, because I have some crystals I can show you guys that just came in. And this is so freaking cool. I want to thank you. I'm literally like so shocked about it, and it's going to be on display. I think I don't want to open it. I do want to find out what albums are in this little ball, though. That I do want to find out. We'll have to see, but it's pretty cool. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, guys.
I have no clue.
Yeah, but it's really cool. It looks really cool. It looks like it's like a mini. Like if this was like real, it'd be set up right on one of my walls in my living room. You know, it's pretty cool. It's like a mini living room, like stereo display. It's pretty cool. I like it. So I just wanted to say thank you so much because that was a nice surprise. Awesome. Hey, Kim Chess. I didn't mean to interrupt you guys there. I just wanted to saw somebody say hi, Helen, and so it reminded me. But anyway. So, but Rich, yeah, I really loved the video you did and stuff because I was like, it was real refreshing to watch where you were, and I'm like, dang it, man, I'm like, I want to go. I was a little jealous.
Awesome places. Like I did a bunch of good ones, and yeah, that hotel is an awesome hotel, and it was actually a loony bin for a while. It would be perfect for Jeremy because it was a loony bin. They could lock him away and throw away the key, but they actually had it as a military, a mental hospital for a while, but then they refurbished it in the 80s, and it got really nice in the 80s, and it's been like that. But in 1926, when it first opened, that was like the place too, because that's like Al Capone used to hang out there.
Yeah, that's where Al Capone used to stay.
That was his place. He had a great time over there. How could you not? The pool is like phenomenal. It was the biggest pool in the country when it first opened in 1926. So it's just nice, you know. And I like Miami a lot. I love Miami, but it's like traffic. There you go. That's the issue. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to get anywhere in Miami. If you're downtown, you want to go north or south or anything. It's just a pain in the ass to go anywhere because of the traffic. But if you go and you plop out in Coral Gables at the Biltmore, everything is right there. You're 5 minutes from everything you want to go to, and you don't have to really go down
all the back roads. It's easy to get around Miami.
Oh yeah, I know the back roads better than anybody. I live there, but
yeah, so did I.
But the thing is, downtown, it's a place unto itself. If you live in Miami, it depends on where you live. It's a bunch of different spots. Miami Miami proper is different than Miami Beach, right? If you live in Miami, you could live on Brickell Avenue. That's different than downtown. It's different from Coconut Grove. It's different from Coral Gables. Then you start going south, like you're in South Miami or in Kendall. You have a great time in those spots too. You go up north, you have great time up some of the other spots. So it's a cool town. It really is. The food is great. The time you can have is great, and everything you do everything there. As far as Florida goes, you can have a great time in Miami. You can have a pretty good time in Tampa too. Tampa's a pretty good town. You can get into a lot of trouble on Dale Mabry.
At the Mons.
Dale Mabry is
at the Mons Venus. I have a few lost hours at Mons Venus. So.
Your chat's talking all about money over there. They're saying this isn't about money. You're right. This isn't about money here. This isn't about money here. What the other channels are doing is freaking out about any kind of super chat I get, any kind of money that was given to do projects. They're questioning things, and meanwhile, they weren't involved in any of it. We have people bitching about not getting gifts in the mail when if they're going to get a giveaway and they live in another country, they're supposed to pay the shipping. And at the same time, that was just something I kind of offered because somebody outside of the United States actually won a giveaway. But it clearly states on my channel every night, Stream Elements posted all the time that all giveaways are for people 18 plus and in the United States. Okay, so if you're outside and you happen to win, if you wanted to pay for it, that's fine, that's great. But if you don't, you don't. You want to make deals, I offered to make a deal, but then you got people sitting there trashing you. And I'm sorry, I pay for my products. I'm not giving shit away to people that are going to sit there and trash me somewhere else. And if you don't freaking like it, don't come in here and don't enter into a giveaway. It's that simple. Okay? And what about purchases, mother of birds? What about purchases? What about them? If you're from outside the states, you're paying shipping anyway. You're inside the states, you pay shipping as well. What is your problem? I'm not Amazon, and I ship once a month. That's been known. And if you have a bunch of stuff here and you have a box and you want to build it up, that's what happens. You're building it up. When your box is full, you're ready for shipment. It's that simple. Then I'll give you a total on shipment, and it'll be sent to you. That's how it works. It's how it's always worked here. You were fine with it before, weren't you? Until you flipped. I'm not a lawyer, Deborah. Thank God. Yeah, I will. Let's see. That's it. That's pretty much it. Yes, I don't see any more. Oh, look, J-Hip, I'll cover all shipping on my prizes no matter what within 1 week. Yeah, we'll see about that, J-Hip. You can't enter it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, guys, it is 12:21, and I was on last night as well, and I'm going to be coming on tomorrow night. So I am going to cut this early tonight. And besides, Rich, you got a 9 a.m. show, right? So everybody go check out
9
Rich.
a.m. Yeah, so yeah, come check it out. But I say coffee, donuts, and germs of douchebag. That's a good title. But it's already up. I already put the streaming up. It's going to be streamed on YouTube. It'll be streamed on Rumble, and it'll be streamed on my Substack page. And I'm going to put out probably some Substack articles too. We have in Florida, we have the elections coming up next Tuesday. They're the primary elections. And then the judicial elections. So I'm putting out probably 2-3 articles about Florida politics because this time of year everybody's pretty interested in who to vote for. I'm going to have one about the governor's race with Byron Donald and Fishback and all the other people. And I'll have another one about Southwest Florida where I live about the congressional race. They got a whole bunch of people running. And I'll have another one about one of the judicial races as well. So you'll be on the lookout for that, especially if you're in South Florida or Southwest Florida, where I am. That'd be interesting. And I'm going to have some other stuff too. I have a nice article about domestic violence coming out where I interviewed one of the top people in the country, Dr. Bandy Lee, actually worldwide. The UN, actually, she advises the UN on violence and domestic violence. And I got to interview her about coercive control and different things about domestic violence. That's going to be coming out. I have some stuff coming out about Mandami the Commie in New York City.
Right on, yeah.
I have some stuff coming out and some other stuff. Just all sorts of, you know me. I write about a whole bunch of different stuff. I write about
you guys
family
need
court.
to check out Rich's channel and Rich's Substack and all his links, actually. Hey, Rich, I want to talk to you something about some of your articles because I'm going to be putting something on Two Leaves in a Pod and see if you want to add anything on there as well. We're going to do some music stuff on there too. So we'll talk to you about that another time. But Edith, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat, hon. Apparently, Jay Hip does lots of shipping. Does he even do giveaways or sell anything? I don't know. To me, that guy's just a big stage rep bullshit artist. So have fun with that. Anyway, guys,
he ships out butt plugs.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, they're pear-shaped butt plugs.
Things that he can use to go along with
pear-shaped butt plugs.
They're resin, though. I don't know. I don't get those crystal palaces. Anyway,
you know what it is? He got the pear-shaped butt plugs from Temu, so they're lower quality. When you put them up there, they explode. They're exploding butt plugs. They're J Hip's exploding butt plugs. Yeah.
Oh my
Is
God.
Oscar Tina whining crybaby? That's what I want to know. Anyway, guys. So Rich,
who's this Dawn Parasite? I
have no idea.
Dawn Parasite. He does giveaways, Flea. So Luthman, you're done. I don't think she likes me.
Was that a threat?
No, I don't know. Dawn Parasite doesn't like me a lot. What's wrong, Dawn? You look pretty cute. I wouldn't kick you out of bed right away. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, we got a bad Tina. We have a good Tina turned bad Tina, and we have a good Tina. And good Tina rocks it all the time. So just got to know who these people are, pull those weeds, let them all go, elsewhere. They definitely don't need to be in my chat, and they won't be, but as long as I know that they're in there. So, all right, guys, definitely go and check out Rich's channel tomorrow at 9 a.m. With Volpe, and check out his Substack, and always check out Get Swamped with Robbie. And I want to thank you guys for being here last night, tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow night at 10 o'clock with whatever transpires over the next 24 hours and some new pretties to check out. So have a great night, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you then.
Good night. God bless. Prayers up for everybody. And
prayers for Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver, keep her in your prayers, guys.
Yes. All right. Apparently Jay Hip's going to be sharing clips from your show tonight.
Listen, Jay, you already got the bronze medal. DJ Radis had it best. He had me in the loo when I was during the hearing with Leslie. Evidently, I was in the loo, and
because you don't like troublemakers on Ray's channel. Go ahead, Red. Sorry.
He had me in the loo. DJ Radis, I have to hand it to him. He had me in the loo. He got me. I'm not going to deny the fact I was in the bathroom. Now, was I using the toilet? No, I wasn't. But I went in there because I knew that people were watching and probably taping, and I was right. But what are they going to give me, like second rate, third rate from Jay Jip? That's why they call him Jay Jip. He's like bad Timu, Timu Jay Jip. He's like, come on, get out of here.
Yeah, that was kind of funny though.
Yeah, it was good, right? I did that knew that the trolls would have a field day with that.
Oh, I know. It was great.
It was pretty funny, right?
All right, guys. Have fun. And I will see you tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Bye-bye. Ta-ta.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ta-ta for now.
Toodaloo.